back to our YouTube channel. My name is Esther, aka Lovely, and today I want to share with you the laundry room reno that took me 4 good days to do. 4 days, but it was worth it. Absolutely worth it. Okay, so let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. Usually when I have an idea about my decor or reno, I turn to this lovely book here. I draw it out. I'm not an artist, but I do my best. It makes it much easier to explain it to others what my vision is. And it's not, because sometimes explaining what's in your head sometimes comes out like gibberish. So I like to draw it out to make it easier, which is what I did in this case as well. So in this room, the laundry room, I wanted a washer and dryer pedestal under the washer and dryer. I wanted a folding and or ironing table over the washer and dryer. I wanted 2 shelves on the wall. I wanted a new sink, tired of the builder sink, with preferably a pull down faucet. So that was my vision, and I wanted to make it a reality. So let's get to it. Why not? Right? So after I wrote everything out, I wrote down what materials I would need. I consulted with hubby to make sure that he has the right tools, because I don't keep track of his tools that I would need for this task. And what I did was I used laminate flooring from Home Depot for the walls. So I'll put the wood glue behind it after cutting it, of course. And then I used a brad nailer as well. Another thing that I did was I used a stud finder to find the studs in the wall, so that once the laminate flooring is on the wall, I can use a brad nailer. 18 gauge is what we use to just secure it more to the wall. So once I cut the flooring, I'll put the glue behind it, put it on the wall, and then I'll put a brad nailer, making sure it goes into the stud. And once that whole wall was done, then I marked where I wanted the shelves. So I had to bring the brackets, kind of position it, use the measuring tape to make sure it was even, use the leveler. And once that was done, I went and I drilled the holes. I was so happy because I've never used that tool a day in my life. I had too much fun with it. And to make things worse, one of my favorite songs played, so I stopped working and I was actually working and dancing. So I hope you'll get to see that in this video. I drilled the holes and then I put the bracket for the shelves on the wall. I know some people like to put the bracket on the shelf, then put the shelf on the wall. I find that to be more difficult because then I'm trying to balance the shelf and screw at the same time in case there's no one home to help me. So what I did was I marked it and then I screwed the brackets on the wall, then laid the shelf on it and marked on the shelf where I'm going to put a hole to screw it to the bracket. And then after that, I took the shelf off, drilled a little hole in each part that I've marked, just so that it's much easier to put the screw in and I'm not struggling to do that. And it was pretty smooth. That was pretty smooth. I laid it on, I screwed it. There was no issues. I love how it turned out. I wanted it secure, so I made sure that those screws went into a stud as well. I positioned it so that each screw goes into a stud. And the shelves, I wanted a little bit funky. I didn't want just 2 shelves, one underneath another. So I kind of came from a different angle. You'll see it. I don't know.
Stop it. Get some help.
How else to explain it to you? All I know is I came from different angles. And after that, then I needed hubby's help for this one. I couldn't do it because I have no plumbing skills at all. And hubby, he's just jack of all trades. So I called him. He was able to put this sink in the laundry room for me, which I got from Home Depot. I absolutely love it. It has a pull-out drawer once you open the cupboards, and it has like a storage basket in one of the doors, and it's slow to close.
Oh my God! Wow!
So all these kids in my house won't be banging the doors or shutting it and, giving me a headache. I love it. It's peaceful. Very peaceful. So once hubby was done that, then I proceeded with the folding and ironing table. So I used I think they call it an L bracket, which I connected a piece of wood to the shelf, and that's between the washer and the sink. And then I also use the L bracket for the wall, the other end that goes to the wall. I have to tell you how important it is to make sure that you put it into a stud. So I use a stud finder again to find the stud in the wall. That way I can put that screw just to make it more secure. Also ended up, hubby suggested that I put, I think they call it a peg in the wall as well for security. So I did that as well, just to make sure, because I'll be using it to fold clothes, to iron clothes. So, and the kids are coming to get their clothes. I don't want anyone putting pressure and then it breaks. So I took that extra step just to make sure that it's secured. And once that shelf was done, I was loving it. I was finally getting to see my vision becoming a reality. I had a great time doing this job. Not everything, it, went as smooth as I planned, because in my vision, I had the pedestal under the washer and dryer, but I couldn't do it because it was too high. Once I put the pedestal underneath, I noticed it was way too high and I'll need a stool to fold, which defeats the whole purpose, right? I want it to be easily accessible for me. If I need a stool, then that's not easily accessible. That's just my take on it. So in the end, I really hope you like this room. I enjoyed every part of it. Cutting of the wood was interesting because I've never used that hubby's tool before. So I needed his help for that. So thank you, hubby, for all of your work and your patience with all my reno ideas. But in the meantime, let me go show you this reno room. Welcome to the laundry room. So this is the folding and ironing table. I can easily access everything on the bottom shelf. The top shelf is just extra items that I have, like the iron, which I wanted to keep out of reach of the kids. I have a hamper, a 3 basket hamper, and the clothes drying rack, which I just hid right under the folding table. And I want to show you the sink. So this is the sink I was talking about. This drawer pulls out very easily. I have extra items in there, and then it has a storage basket on the side, and it's slow to close. Closes very slow, but that's what I like. I don't want the slamming. So thank you so much for joining me for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell button so you can get notification when new videos are posted. Thanks for watching. Take care.